What's going on, everybody? Dialerix TV back with another video, and in today's video we'll be discussing the 3 reasons why LeBron James will not be retiring with the Los Angeles Lakers and will return to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, before y'all bronzexuals swarm in like murder hornets on the attack, bruh, and call me a hater, bruh, no, I am not a LeBron James fan. However, I will put aside my disdain for LeBron James for the sake of this video and be as unbiased as possible, okay? Remember, this is coming from a guy who told y'all that LeBron James was coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. I predicted this years ago. Now, I'm not saying I'm some Nostradamus or anything like that, but I swear my predictions be pretty much accurate, okay? Be pretty accurate, okay? Now, I've said some wild predictions. Some come true, some were wrong. But for the most part, as I said, my predictions are accurate. Like, I predicted that Kevin Durant would join the Golden State Warriors. I predicted that Anthony Davis would join the Los Angeles Lakers when everyone else was fully convinced that he wasn't coming because Gail Benson was adamant about not trading him, okay? Now, I said that Magic Johnson was the face of the Lakers, and then LeVar Ball came out and repeated the exact same thing. So my track record speaks for itself, okay? But anyway, reason number 1, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis' body is breaking down like a 96 Honda Civic with a bad engine, okay? Now, excluding the bubble chip title, Anthony Davis played most of the first round of the playoff series versus the Phoenix Suns until he re-aggravated an injury. He then returns to start this season. Then he gets injured once again versus the Timberwolves. Then he gets injured once again versus the Utah Jazz heading into the NBA trade deadline and the All-Star break, right? But now it's been announced that he's out pretty much for the remainder of the season, which is what I recommended the Lakers should do in the first place because it only makes sense. You know, it would be a smart decision because you're trying to rush Anthony Davis back just to be in playoff mode, and he could pretty much make the injury 10 times worse. So it didn't make sense. But here's the catch. The Los Angeles Lakers are facing a dilemma because now fans think that the best decision is to trade Anthony Davis. Now, me personally, I think the better decision would be to trade LeBron James and just build around Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. But let's say that the Lakers take the route of trading Anthony Davis. Fans have thrown out the idea of possibly trading AD for Karl Anthony Towns. But how much sense does that make if I'm the Timberwolves general manager? Right? If my team has the 7th seed in the West and your team is barely smelling a playoff tournament, why would I make that trade? My team is blossoming. Small market teams are destroying these big market teams right now. Now, Karl Anthony Towns just won the 3-point contest and big men are becoming extinct, which means I have one of the best big men who can shoot the 3 and dominate while most teams are going small right now. So in other words, why the would I trade a young beast in Karl Anthony Towns for an injury-prone Anthony Davis? It makes no sense. Okay, I'm not talking about change. I'm not talking about quarters and dimes, but this don't make no sense, okay? So let's look around the league and let's see who has the best trade offer for AD. Nah. Teams are looking around and say, yeah, that's a no for me, okay? Anthony Davis. Only suitor that I think the Lakers will have for Anthony Davis is the Chicago Bulls. It's already being reported that Anthony Davis says he would only like to be traded to the Chicago Bulls. He has expressed love for the city of Chicago and he's voiced how he would love to play there one day, right? So let's propose a potential trade. I'm almost 100% sure that the Bulls will want to keep DeMar DeRozan. He's clearly untouchable. Now that leaves you with Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine, and let's just throw in Caruso and some other players because he's beloved. He's like a legend in the city, in the hearts of most Lakers fans, right? Now let's be honest. Do you guys truly believe that a star lineup of Zach LaVine, LeBron James at 38 years old, and a Vucevic, I think his name is Vucevic, FYI, he's already struggling to carry this team without AD, okay? And also Westbrook is still in a contract and will want his money. Then there's Damian Lillard. Now, I seen a fan say that he think that the Lakers are positioning themselves to trade for Damian Lillard, which is a segue into the second reason why LeBron James will not stay with the Lakers. Reason number 2, no big fish. a subscriber suggested that the Lakers could possibly be trying to acquire Damian Lillard, right? Now, Damian Lillard has prided himself on being loyal to Portland, and despite how casual basketball fans may feel, they've been returning the loyalty to Dame Lillard because otherwise they would have shipped Damian Lillard right out of Portland. He has come up short time and time again because he's not the leader that Steph Curry is. He's a one-on-one scorer, and he doesn't do well at all at getting others involved. He complained about KD going to the Warriors and this whole super team, this notion of this super team is destroying the league, blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, he's asking for the Warriors players. He wouldn't mind playing with Draymond Green. He thinks he's Steph Curry, but yet he still couldn't defeat the Golden State Warriors without Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was out injured. It was a playoff series and he got swept. This man even got swept by the Pelicans. And I think Anthony Davis was out. He's had a great coach in Terry Stotts. So let's be honest, who's really the problem? Damian Lillard. But let's say the Lakers take a chance on Damian Lillard. Now you have Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James. What do you put around that? You need great role players, which most likely mean it will be difficult to bring Malik Monk back. Let's say Portland will take Russell Westbrook contract. So the only way it could work is a 3-team trade, and that means OKC will probably be your only suitors. Okay, but if they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, why would they want Russell Westbrook back, especially when they've dragged his name through the mud? The Trailblazers, I don't think they even want Russ, especially how Anthony Simon is forming into a great player. So I predict the Lakers will miss the play-in tournament. They'll crap out in free agency. They will either keep AD or they'll trade him to the Chicago Bulls for some assets. Then I think LeBron James will be right back to being frustrated by the deadline, by the trade deadline in the top of 2023. Then LeBron James will officially request a trade, which leads us right into the reason number 3. Okay, reason number 3. Return to Cleveland. There's no place like home. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? 'Cause I'm coming home again. Okay, which is exactly what Savannah, LeBron James' wife, was her caption on one of her most recent Instagram posts, I believe. She says, there's no place like home. LeBron James has been to Miami, he's been to Los Angeles, but there's no place like home. Just like Miami is Dwayne Wade's city and will forever be Dwayne Wade's city. See, LeBron James was a guest in the home of Dwayne Wade. Shaquille O'Neal was a guest in the home of Dwayne Wade. So LeBron James is a guest. LA is Kobe Bryant's city and will forever be a Kobe city. And LeBron James is just a guest in Kobe Bryant's house. Since LeBron James arrived in Los Angeles, his murals were vandalized. He literally got booed last night. LeBron will not be able to endure another atrocious season after this season. Okay, you know deep down inside when people love is genuine, but LeBron knows that the love for Kobe runs deep. The love for Kobe runs deep in the city of Los Angeles, the city of angels. Okay, the people of LA, they don't play about 3 people. That's Kendrick Lamar, Kobe Bryant, and throw in Nipsey Hussle, okay? But Cleveland will always be remembered for being for LeBron James. He has the I Promise School there. They're literally building a museum for LeBron James. He gets what he wants in Cleveland. Players get traded, new GM hires, coach changes, you name it, okay? So it only makes sense. It's not about titles no more. He told you that. Cleveland is his roots, and I'm almost sure that Dan Gilbert will go out on a limb to make sure he do what he has to do to bring LeBron James in, because Dan Gilbert don't care about winning. Owners care about making the bottom dollar, which is that money, right? That money. So LeBron James is on a farewell tour. What do you think that's going to generate? Revenue. Where was his son born at? Where was LeBron James' son born? What better story would it be than for you and your son, Bronny James to be drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers, just like you were drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers, to wear that same jersey as you did, going back to where it all started? It only makes sense. That wouldn't make sense in Hollywood. Well, actually it would. It wouldn't make sense with the Los Angeles Lakers. And as for Dan Gilbert, you have that farewell tour with the Bronny James. It's perfect. It's a perfect storyline. Just like him returning back to Cleveland the first time was a great storyline, right? But I doubt the Lakers allow LeBron James to just walk away for nothing. Bronny James isn't eligible for the draft until late 2024, right? So that means LeBron James will have to go through 2 more horrible seasons, which is 2022 and 2023, right? So let's just say he signs an extension. That means he will have to endure playing through another season, right? Which would be 2022 into 2023, and then 2023 into 2024. And that's pure losing, because players will want to stay far away from a 39-year-old LeBron James. So if LeBron James is already complaining and frustrated, you really think that this man gonna be able to last till 2024? Okay, he's lying about wanting to stay with the Lakers. LeBron James is ready to leave immediately. If LeBron James could, he'd get his championships. LeBron James would rather contend for a title. He wants to still chase championships, but he knows that he can't carry a team, and he also knows that he has to have people that's going to do the work, but nobody's going to do that. He can't get the easy way out. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe.